Welcome to this week's class, Meet the Zillas. I'm going to try to have a lot of fun with this just because it's such a horrifying subject that we have to be able to laugh about it somehow. And hopefully, I'm really praying that you will never have this situation come up, but I want to prepare you just in case. So, who are the Zillas? It used to be reserved just for brides, but now there's bridezillas, groomzillas, momzillas, bridesmaid Zilla, dad Zilla, brother Zilla, flower girl Zilla. Well, you get it. It can be carried on to anybody. So, how does this even happen? How does somebody become a Zilla, right? Well, I want to share with you. It's hard when you're in a situation and somebody just goes crazy on you, right? And you want to be defensive. That's natural. But let's talk about how does it even happen in the first place? Well, we want to talk about where they were. So you met this person and they can be really sweet and nice and you get along with them and they're great. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they turn into a Zilla. Well, it's not really something that they normally want to do. I want to tell you there was a time that there was a show called Bridezilla and everybody thought it was exciting and fun and I'm going to try to be a Bridezilla. And they thought if they were, then they could get things more their way. And I've experienced this myself. I want to tell you that in our own business, me being a wedding planner, I actually have a clause in my contract where if this happens, then our contract is canceled, they don't get their money back, and they're going to continue on without our services. This has really helped us, I think, to prevent this from happening. Because I've heard a lot of clients say, don't worry, I'm not going to be a bridezilla, I'm not going to turn into this situation, but I want to tell you that it can happen to anyone in the bridal party. It can happen to mom, it can happen to bride, groom, dad, everybody that I was talking about. And there is a reason why this typically happens. It isn't for attention, it's not for drama. There is really something going on, and I want to caution you about it, and I want to give you the skills to be able to deal with this situation when it arises. So we're going to talk about how does this even happen. Is we have to put ourselves in their shoes. In the very beginning, they were super excited. They got engaged and they're going to go do cake tastings and try on dresses and look for a photographer, look for venues, and they're going to go as a couple and do all these exciting things, maybe go with their mom, maybe they go with their girlfriends. They have all of these ideas of what their wedding planning process is going to be like. And so the thing to think about is they don't think that they're going to be like everybody else. Their wedding is special. Theirs is going to be one of a kind. They're not going to go over budget. They're going to have all of their dreams come true, and all of their friends and family are going to be so excited for them and happy about every decision they make. And as you know, through the process, probably none of this is really going to happen. They're going to go look at venues and then find out that they can't have it as long as they wanted, or it's going to cost more than they wanted, or the venue that they really want isn't going to fit their budget. And maybe they go do a tasting and it was a horrible experience. Now they have to go try another caterer, and that caterer they don't like, and they're trying 10 different caterers, and they find out that none of them are what they really wanted, and they're going to have to compromise, and they're really not going to get what they were hoping for. And then that happens with the florist, and then it happens with the photographer, and they're driving all over, and then their boss is telling them that they're spending too much time away from the office, or maybe they're falling behind in their job responsibilities, or maybe they're going to school and they're failing a test now because they're putting so much energy into this, and their girlfriends aren't supportive, and their mom's not supportive of their ideas, and fiance's got his own stuff going on, and he's leaving the bride to take care of it. And so all of a sudden she's just feeling all of this stress and overwhelm and realizing her dream's not going to come true, and she's not getting the help and support she wants. And then in walks you, and you just ask her, how's the wedding planning going? And she flips out on you. And you're thinking, what is going on? And she's just like, oh, I can't believe it. I hired you and you're not helping me, and I'm not getting what I wanted from you, and just spewing out all of these hurtful things. And you're sitting there going, what? I just asked how it's going, and I'm doing my job, and you feel horrible now, and you have now at this point some different options. naturally you would want to lash back at her and say, none of this is my problem. I don't know what's going on. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And if you wouldn't have made these bad choices, that's not my fault. Of course, that's natural that you'd want to defend yourself. But that's probably not going to help. What you need to do is realize she doesn't really mean that. She doesn't mean these things that she's saying to you. But she can't yell at her fiance. She can't yell at her mom. She certainly can't yell at her vendors because she's afraid then she's going to get bad service. So if she does this, and of course I'm saying she, it could have been any of the Zillas, that she's really not meaning it towards you. She's just frustrated and upset and sad. So the best thing for you to do in this situation is to say, let's sit down and talk about this. Let's get a cup of coffee, get a cup of tea, wherever it is that you're meeting with them, and let's just hash this out. And so when the bride then sits down, just say, let's take a second, sit down, and then say, tell me what's really going on. Where are your stresses coming from? Now, if she starts to lash out at you again and she's just uncontrollable at this point, then you need to say, you know what, I'm really happy to listen to what you have to say. I really want to help you work this out. But if you can't talk to me in a respectful manner, then I don't think this is the best time for us to talk. And you might want to go, and then we'll set up a meeting for another time. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about those tools, but tools to help you get through this. But what I want you to realize just at this point is that when she's lashing out at you, it's not you. It's really most likely just this whirlwind of stuff going on that she doesn't know how to process. She probably doesn't have the tools to deal with this kind of stress, and she really doesn't know what she's going to do to help herself out of it. So she's probably most likely looking to you for help at this point. And I want to give you the tools and the skills so that you can help her as best as you can.